Hello fellow lions, this is Velvet the Lion here, and welcome to another episode of Casino City, where I recreate hotels and casinos from real life into Minecraft. Now for the 5th episode, we are doing Binion's Gambling Hall and Hotel. This was actually suggested to me by Bloza_83, who wanted me to do this place. Go subscribe to him, and yeah. So before we get into today's episode, I just want to go through a little improvement I've made to the roads, and is that I've added a freeway system, or at least I've started one, with a cool little monorail on it, and we'll get to that later. And here's a little bridge right there. So here's Binion's, a hotel and casino in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street, opened in 1951. It's currently owned by TLC Casino Enterprises. And before we get into this, here is hotel history. In the 1930s, there was a small hotel named Hotel Apache. The place was primarily known for having one of the first elevators in all of Las Vegas, and it came with a little casino on the first floor named the Apache Casino. The casino had some more names over the years, including the Western Casino in 1941, the SS Rex in 1945, and finally the El Dorado Club in 1946. In 1951, some dude named Benny Binion bought both the Apache and El Dorado Club and turned the entire place into his own casino called the Horseshoe, later stylized to Binion's Horseshoe. However, not even a few years into the Horseshoe's life, Benny Binion loses his license and a guy named Joe W. Brown buys the casino. The 1960s happens, and this is where that cool facade we all know and love takes shape. The ownership later goes back into Benny Binion's family, and the property goes into a pretty neat golden age. In 1971, they become home of the first ever World Series of Poker, and then 1988 they expand hardcore by buying the entirety of the Mint next door and become one. Then in 1998, Becky Binion begins owning the property, and the whole place just goes really downhill. After that, the MTR Group and Harris Entertainment, now Caesars Entertainment, both went up to her and was like, "Hey, we don't like what you're doing, give us the place now." So in 2004, they bought Binion's Horseshoe, spruced the place up, and dropped the Horseshoe name. Ownership of the property was then given to TLC Casino Enterprises in 2008. Things were kinda good, but then the recession happened and they had to close all of their hotel rooms. Until 2019, when they finally reopened the original hotel rooms that were once part of the Hotel Apache. Now back to Casino City. Alright, now that we're back, I guess we can get started with this. So here is the facade. Start with that. So this is the corner of the facade. It's got a pretty cool looking bee on it. And here is the bottom of it. This says something about $1 million cash prize or something, or it's talking about their little pyramid full of $1 million. Yeah, they have their own pyramid that has a bunch of money on it. Oh, and if you've noticed here, I've added little markers to tell what each hotel and casino is. So this one's for Binion's. Hold on, I'm gonna find the one for California. Here's one for California, and Lucky Dragon's right over there if you can see, and there's the Hoover Dam Lodge way over there, and that's the Rainbow Club right there. So we'll just get back to that. Okay, so let's just get back with this. Here's a cool little white and blue pattern that's going on right now. And if you've noticed, these little lights right here have daylight sensors on them, so now when they turn off, they turn off during the day and turn on during the night. Kind of like those. Those are like what I have right now. And here is the logo. And because of Minecraft's limitations, and there's like no rectangular blocks in Minecraft, or at least ones I know of, it's just the Binion's logo has to look like this. So over here is the whiskey liquor up and down bar. I think that's what they called it. It's a really recent thing that they've recently added to Binion's. I think they opened it in mid 2019, not that long ago. Oh, I'm just letting you guys know I'm kind of sick today. I have a cold, but it's not as bad as it was a few weeks ago. Here's where you can teleport from the Whiskey Liquor Up bar to over here. There's a bunch of other teleports. So there's the Whiskey Liquor Up bar, the rooftop pool, the Binion Steakhouse. which is all the way up there. And oh, sorry, that's the garage opening. My dad's home. So let's go back to here. Here's the bar. So we can see over here, there's like little tables where just to see where you can drink alcohol. Just be a bad boy. And if you here's a comparison to what the view looks like from out here versus the one in Fremont Street. It's definitely a bit bland right now in Casino City, but I guarantee you I'll make some new stuff over here. So here's the center bar. It has like some TVs to watch sports in it while you're drinking your alcohol. Ignore this. Ignore this. Okay, so let's just get back to street level, and let's get back to the facade. So, and over here, this is where the cool pattern ends, and it just goes into a regular wall pattern. There's where the hotel tower is. Yeah. Here's a cool little sign that says hotel, Binion's Hotel. And here's over here, the boring brick wall just keeps going, and then it stops over at this little parking garage. Fun fact: there's actually 2 behemoth parking garages that are supposed to be over here. Here's a picture of them now, but I do not want to make them. Trust me, those things are massive. I'm surprised they aren't part of the downtown Grand, which is like supposed to be over here. But yeah, I'm not doing that. And over here, the parking garage has this cool little sky blue pattern. There's a advertisement for a restaurant over here. Another Binion sign. And a pretty old portion of the hotel still has like little balconies on it and stuff. There's little pipelines, vents, and here's where the cool facade starts again. Now we'll get to the other part of the facade, the lower part. This is supposed to be a casino entrance, but I did not have the time to build it. So here's teleporters again, and these are supposed to be fake doors, like fox doors, if that's how you pronounce it. Another casino entrance. This is a tourist center where you can like get maps, see what's going on, see what's new. The TV right here, and I think this is supposed to be a nutritional ice cream center. I forgot what it was called, but here's what it looks like in real life. So you can see here, there's like a poster that's supposed to be a menu, some freezers. This is where you get your ice cream from, shelves to buy stuff, and some seats. And over here, here's another casino entrance, a much larger one. Some pictures, more fake doors. This is another entrance to casino. They have a lot of them. And over here, there's pretty much nothing except for a column, a door that just goes inside of the place. You can see some bats in there. Sorry guys, somebody tried to call me and that didn't work out, so I guess I'll just continue. So here's a door that goes into the casino. Another door. I think that's another door. That's one of those little bumps that shops use sometimes. I think this is a casino employees entrance only place. Over here, this is the valet parking, but of course I never got to do it. It's way too big. It will probably be too distorted to fit in here. So here's some columns, and then we just go into the parking garage again. We just go into that. Here's the top of the parking garage, kind of like what I did to the Lucky Dragon. Oh, and here's its labyrinth of a rooftop that took me way too long to build. Let me tell you, this took me like more than a month to build. This was way too hard. And if you've noticed that in the hotel history segment, it said that it expanded. The original horseshoe expanded into the mint, which is this part in the 1980s. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense why it looks like that, because this is just a bunch of expansions. Yeah. Here's where I think this is supposed to be another hotel, but then I think expanded into that. Parking garage, that was all part of the Mint. This was part of the Mint. That big part was part of the Mint. All of that was part of the Mint. Here's its hotel tower, which it was actually abandoned until recently, where they... Oh, actually, it's still abandoned. It's just that this part is what they reopened. Here's the top of the hotel tower. Sorry for all the breathing. So if you notice over here, here's where one of the teleports are. Here's where the elevator goes. I think that's a locker room or storage area. Here's some plants. Some sea lanterns. This was supposed to be I think it's a tiny vending machine, one of those little things that store Coca-Cola bottles. These are like dumpster containers or something. And here's its pool with little... Oh gosh, I forgot what they were called. Lawn chairs. That's what they were called, lawn chairs. Just go in here and just have some fun. And here's a ladder. Go up in case you have trouble with those. And so we can just go back down. What else was there? Oh! I forgot about the steakhouse. Bam. Here's a comparison to the steakhouse to this place. It's definitely not accurate at all. I mean, it's a bit accurate because of the thing and the seats. But if you didn't notice, this is where the bottom of the pool is. I had no idea how I was able to get rid of this. So I'm just had to deal with this. What the heck happened here? Ignore that. So here's just a bunch of seats. Oh, sorry. It's a picture right here. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have for now. Oh, here's the elevator. Yeah, so you can just go back to street level. Whew. Some trees right here. Definitely not there. Oh, I forgot about this part of the facade. More fake doors. Over here. An entrance. More fake doors, an advertisement for bottled liquor and the newsstand. Another entrance to casino, and this is the entrance to the parking garage. Just enter through there. I don't know what this is. I think this may be like a secret employees only entrance. But yeah, I think that's all I have for Binions right now. Except for this part. Hold on. The little secret employees only entrance I also couldn't build. Yeah, I couldn't build a lot of stuff. This place was much more bigger than I thought. No unauthorized personnel beyond this point. The sign telling you where the entrance is. And yeah, that's actually all I have for Binions. So now let's just go on to this big giant park that I made. I call this the Sam Boyd Park because the California is right next to it, and Sam Boyd originally owned that place. And here's the freeway system. We're getting over here now, and sorry, I'm coughing a lot in this video, I know. Here's where you can get a monorail or like a minecart. Just spawn one here. And just use this lever to change the direction of where you want to go. And you start. Oops, that didn't go out well. Hold on, forgot to press the button. Oops, sorry, this is gonna take a long time. There we go. And you start. So if you can see over here, it slows down a bit right here for some reason. I don't even know why. I think it's because it hits these little andesite walls. Big street lamps. Tells you what road you're passing on. And you pass by the Lucky Dragon in California, the Sam Boyd Park. And it ends over here on Bonanza Road. And it just stops again. I think you might have to press up to make it go faster. And that's where it ends, right here. So that's all I have for now. So the next video that I'm doing will be the first ever non-Las Vegas hotel and casino, except you have the Hoover Dam Lodge. This will be the Tropicana in Laughlin, currently owned by, I think, El Dorado or something. It's going to be pretty cool looking, and that's all I have for now. This is Velvet the Lion, signing off.